Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Jess from BehatiLife. You can't see me, but I mean you could see me, you could see my hands, but right now what we're doing is a card pull message. I was asked to do this a few times. I used to do them way more on my Instagram, but as my orders took off and as I needed to spend more time in the apothecary, I had less time to devote to readings like this. Now that things have changed, now that things are different in a positive way, I can now give you guys more of these type of readings, and I'm excited about it because I love doing group readings in general. I feel like they serve a greater good, especially for those that can't book an appointment with me right away, or maybe you can't afford it in the moment. That's totally cool. This will help you if you can't do a one-on-one. So that being said, I want you guys to take some time out and to pause the video if you need to, and focus on which one of these cards groups, which one of these groups of cards you need to pay attention to, and whichever one you need to receive a message. And what I'm going to do is break it down and intuitively pull the message and let you know what messages I see and what I feel, and then, you know, it's up to you to kind of decide what you want to do with that information, if at all. All right, so to get started, this is group number 1 right here, this card. This is group number 2, this is group number 3, and this is group number 4. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into what it is that I see, keeping in mind that this is my first time seeing all of these cards. I keep them upside down so that when I see them and I pull them, it's the first time that I see it. That's the best way that I personally like to work with my own intuition. All right, so let's get started. So for group number 1, I like to pull these over here so that I can concentrate. So for group number 1, we have trust, this person waiting, and the Hierophant and the High Priestess. First thing I want to pay attention to is this guy. And the first thing that I want to say and see is, even though it's a man that's here waiting, and with the Lenormand deck, the Lenormand cards, they're so specific. But in this case, I actually don't feel like I want to be specific. In this case, I want this card to be symbolic of people's energy. That's what I'm feeling. And with this, it's someone who's legit in a space of waiting and watching and waiting for things to unfold. And it's interesting because during the time that I'm shooting this, there's been a lot that's been going on astrologically. And I'm not saying that this person who is waiting, whether it be you or another person, I'm not saying that they haven't been through a lot. I just feel like in this moment, I don't know if they haven't been impacted by like in the insane amount of change that's been happening, but it almost feels like there's this like lingering, like, okay, when is this going to change? When is this going to shift? When is my time going to come? When is this going to happen? And the reason why I'm talking about astrology is because I've been talking about the changes that have been happening like cosmically, globally, and how they impact us and how we're like being ushered into this new realm, this new phase. And with this energy right now, even though it's masculine, I feel like this is like our goals. I feel like this is what you want to achieve. This is something that you actually have put time and energy into trying to like build and to see come in. And it's so tough to sit and to wait for it to come in, because you're like, and this is where it's like the masculine part comes in, because I see this almost as wanting to make a move, wanting to push things, wanting to not force things, because I know that you can't force certain stuff and everything has divine timing. But it's almost like, well, what can I do to kind of help this to like manifest? What can I do to make this happen? Now, it's interesting that that came forward, because the second card is trust. And this is all about, you know, this in general is about blockages actually and doors being opened. And you can't see it every single time. A lot of this stuff is under the surface. It's under the radar. It's behind the scenes. And so funny, because these two cards, the Hierophant and the High Priestess, are the ones who protect knowledge. You can't see everything with these two cards. It's not possible. Their goal, there are two cards within the major arcana that Have knowledge and protect it and hide it so that you actually cannot see it. It's something that you see, it's something that you feel, and it's something that you have to trust. Like legit. Meanwhile, you're here waiting. And you're like, when is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? When is this going to reveal itself? I've done all of this work. I've put all these pieces into action. I've set the intention. I did my part. I deserve this. I'm waiting. When is it going to happen? And the cards in this moment are like, look, in a lot of ways, the biggest blessings of your heart, they're always connected with divine timing. If you feel it within your heart and your soul, if you feel it, that it's something that it is that you want, you do have to trust divine timing. And you do have to trust the process. You do have to trust the path. The High Priestess and the Hierophant, they're the same in the fact that they protect knowledge, but it's different levels of knowledge. This is more esoteric. This is more structural. And this is conforming, and this is following your intuition. But both are connected to guidance. This is seeking counsel from others. This is seeking counsel from within. And what I see with this is, even though these two contradict each other, I almost see a need or a desire, number one, definitely to be patient, because even the Hierophant's like, wait, there's more information, there's more to be revealed. But it says, listen, your intuition, your feelings are telling you stuff every single day. And it's really important that you listen to those vibes, that you pay attention to those vibes, and you take them seriously. If you need help, if you need guidance, or if you need a little bit of extra assistance in order to help things to manifest themselves and to reveal themselves and to be revealed, or to come to fruition, or to fall together, that's understood. Like, that's understandable. But at the same time, you have to listen to your vibe. You have to listen. If you feel that it's happening, but you just haven't seen the results, or if you know that you put your magic out there, if you know that you did all that you can do, and you still haven't seen the results, but intuitively you know that it's going to happen, then it's like, be chill, relax, it's going to happen. This card actually breaks down the barriers. This card breaks down the obstacles. Again, you can't see it because you're in a state of emotion. And this is another thing too that comes to me with this is people who, like, there's some things as human beings, we have learned that there's things that you have to do in order to make something react, in order to make something happen. But for some things, you really do have to kind of wait for some pieces to kind of fall together. So it's tough for us to just kind of let go and to get our hands off of it, to put our hands off of it, and to let things kind of fall together. But again, it's not something that we force. Let's say intuitively you're getting this signal that you have to wait. Or you're getting the signal that's, okay, you have more growth that needs to happen. Then this is when you, number one, you trust that. You trust divine timing. But also, maybe go to a counselor. Maybe go to a person who has the answers that can help you and give you guidance. Because the Hierophant is always about wanting to teach you and wanting to guide you and give you lessons so that you can learn. The Hierophant is not a negative card at all, even though sometimes it gets a bad reputation. Everyone's like, oh, tradition, follow the rules. But really what he's saying is that there's someone who knows. There's someone who knows the answer. There's someone who knows what you need to do, and it's up to you to kind of find them and ask them for guidance. Sometimes that's your angels. Sometimes that's religion. And sometimes it's like a counselor or help in general. Okay? So, for my section 2... we have purification, the snake, we have the sun, and we have 7 of Pentacles. Now, for this, the first thing that jumps out to me, of course, is the fact that we have this sneaky, cheeky bugger, and we have a need to kind of purify, to release, to purge, to remove, to cleanse. It's funny to me that with the Lenormand deck, it's very forward. This is not like Seven of Swords. Okay, maybe this is someone cheating. Maybe this is someone lying. Maybe this is someone stealing. Maybe this is someone moving. No, the seven within this card, within the Lenormand, when you see this card, this is definitely treachery. This is something that is negative. It does not serve your best interest. It's going to come in and bite you in the butt, whatever it is. This could be a vice. This could be a person. This could be something that needs to be completely released. Let's say it's drugs. Let's say it's an addiction. Let's say it's a person. Let's say it's a friend. But either way, it's you, whatever this is, it has to go. The first thing that you think of when you see this, even though it may not make sense, let's say the first thing that comes to your mind is mom. And it's like, well, my mom has my best interest at heart. And it's like, but you know what? Even though, you know, she could be stealing your energy because she's nervous for you. She could be stealing your energy because she's worried, or because she's negative, or because whatever the case is. And she might be blocking your blessing because of her fear. Now, this is just a general reading, but whatever it is, there's something here that needs to get removed. It may not be so clear right now. For some people, you'll know right away, and you'll know exactly what it is I'm talking about. For others, you really are going to have to wait for, literally, for things to be lit up, for things to be like lightened up so that you can actually see it. And the Seven of Pentacles is all about, I need to see everything bare bones. Map it out for me. Give me facts. What do you want? Where are you coming from? Who are you with? Where are you going? What is your intention? The Seven of Pentacles is all about reviewing and looking at things from an honest perspective. Pentacles is very grounded. It's not emotional. It's not intellectual. It wants facts. It wants to see what has happened, what has grown, what has manifested. And then from there, when things start to be lit up and when things start to reveal themselves, especially when we're working with like full moon and new moon energy, or just like planets currently revealing stuff like left and right, it's being blasted in your face. It's being, you're like lit up. And that's the card. Even though the Sun card is all about sunshine and happiness and joy and pleasure, the other thing about the Sun card is that when it comes out, you can see things clearly. And with the Seven of this, well, this card with it, because the Lenormand's different for everybody, but with the snake within this deck, there's something here that is detrimental. The good thing is that there's a message that I feel with this, that when the sun comes out, guess who slows down? Reptiles. Everyone gets like that. They start to slow down. They start to absorb that energy. So if you want to catch a snake, now's the time, because they're slow, they're sluggish, they don't even know what's going on, they're blind. When it's nighttime, when it's dark, when they're under the cover of a shadow, that's when snakes are active, because they do their best work when they're under the cover of darkness, because people can't see them, things can't see them, their victim can't see them, they're preying. But when the sun comes out, things start to light up and they start to slow down, and that's when you have the opportunity to look and see, okay, which one of you guys, who is it that is not playing for me? And that's when I need to purge, that's when I need to release, that's when I need to let go. You don't get to be a part of my joy, my happiness, my abundance, my positivity, my energy, my light, my love, my life. You don't get to be a part of all this, my creation, because you're taking from me. The Pentacles is all about investments and future and long-term commitments. It wants to make sure that the time and the energy and the people that are around you and the things that are around you, that they're going to serve you for your highest and greatest good. And that's why this card is like, stop, take a moment and look and see who is with you and who is against you. And then you can review, and then you can make a choice. Make your happiness, priority number one. Release and purge. Sometimes this could be something as simple as a diet, a lifestyle, because the Sun card is always connected to your vitality and your strength and your overall well-being. When you see the Sun card within a health reading, you see someone who's strong, who can bounce back, who's taking their vitamins and like working with positive energy in order to create health and well-being and a thriving environment for themselves. But that's if we're getting rid of this snake. So it's like purifying. If this is not an actual physical person, then this is getting rid of those negative things within your life. Maybe it's sugar, maybe it's caffeine, maybe it's drugs, whatever it is, tobacco, whatever, and remove it because it's taking your life energy, your vitality. Revisit your everyday lifestyle. Even if there's someone that's negative around you, even if you have to cut a friend out, this is another reminder of, okay, you know what? This is just me getting better. This is just me getting stronger. So this is a chance for me to not only remove this, but also to review all the areas of my life, because there isn't just one pentacle here. There's 7 total. So there's different things that we're working on. Maybe it's work. Maybe it's a project, a creative project. Maybe we have children. Maybe we have a relationship, health, hobbies, a household. There's a lot of responsibilities. So when one thing is weak or when one thing is negative, then this is a chance for us to light it up and see what is working and make it better for our highest and greatest good. Okay, category number 3. We have meditate. We have the sickle. We have justice, and we have Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, when I pulled it, it was reversed, but for right now, I feel like I'm going to flip this right here. And this is my first time seeing these cards, just like I did with all the other ones. So with meditate, it's so interesting to me because the Knight of Pentacles and meditate and the 10 within the Lenormand deck, this card is all about things happening really, really fast, things being cut out, things being removed. Knight of Pentacles is very slow, it's very methodical, it's very step by step. It's about investments and putting your time and your energy into building them because you have what it takes. And meditate is obviously about slowing down. You have 2 polar opposites here. We have fast, we have slow, and we have stillness to the point of awareness. And what I see is the energy around is like really, really fast. There's some things that need to be removed. There's some things that are being cut out. There's things that are like information, changes that are happening that are designed to literally like remove and separate the what isn't needed so that you can see and work with what is needed. The one thing that comes to me while I'm looking at these 2 cards is the fact that the Knight of Pentacles is connected to earth energy, and typically the Knight of Pentacles is connected to gardening and working in the fields, and then we have the sickle that is a tool that you use to separate the wheat from the shaft. So, and the reason why you do that is because the wheat itself is what you use to make bread, and that in abundance, so you can use that bread to feed yourself, feed your family, and also to sell it and make money and security. But in order to do that, you have to separate, you have to remove, you have to take things like, take what is beneficial and remove what isn't. And when the Justice card shows up reversed, we have a problem. We have that things are not balanced, things are not equal. And with this, we have a chance and an opportunity, even though it's a metaphor, but there's certain things that truly need to get removed from your life, swift, fast, hard, because they don't serve their purpose. The Knight of Pentacles is, again, like I said, about investments for the future, for the long term. And if there's, he works with items like this, the sickle, because that's what ultimately all the hard work that he puts in is because he's trying to create something to benefit, like he's trying to create security for his family. And also this is about like things coming to fruition, things paying off. But there's obviously something here that is imbalanced, that is blocking the blessing, that is not working. The one thing that's interesting that comes through for me when I'm looking at these cards is mental. It's sometimes how we think about things. It's our own negative reaction. It's the words that we use. It's the things that we say, and it's how we say it. You guys are about to hear some noise in the background. Moochie's about to jump. Do I know my cat or do I know my cat? Anyways, but it's the word. You want to be very mindful and careful about the things that you say and the words that you say. That's at least what's coming through here. I am feeling that there is high emotion. Again, I don't know if this is because justice is reversed, showing again this, imbalance of energy sometimes, and things being unfair. Sometimes you give, and you don't get in return, or sometimes you take, and you don't give, and it's like, well, you've taken so much from us, you get nothing in return. But what I see is a need to be very mindful and careful of who and what you're putting your energy into, your resources into, the words that you say, the thoughts that you think. If you're putting out negative, if you're putting out bad vibes, if you're saying negative things, if you're speaking, ill or evil over your life and just hacking away at the blessings of your life, then this is really, it's detrimental to the people around you, but it's also detrimental to yourself. And you don't realize, too, how much you can, when you're in a positive space, you don't realize how much you can, even people that you don't like, how much you can gain from them. Even people who you may not acknowledge it right away, but you just want to be careful. Like, you want it, because so many people can give to you. And, let me just slow down, because what I'm getting again is just like speed, activity, and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'm picking up on that for myself, like, while I'm doing this reading, but I really want to take you guys, remind you guys to slow down. This is a very dangerous card, especially when it's matched up with the Justice reverse, because this is, I don't want to say winning at all costs, but it doesn't take time to weigh. And with the Meditate and Knight of Pentacles, these two together are all about slowing down, taking time, not having to jump to an answer right away. I don't think that you would even really want to right now, because it just doesn't, it doesn't seem right. So before you make any moves, before you make any rash judgments, before you make any bold statements, before you do something you regret, slow it down. Take some time to meditate on your answer. Take some time to refocus. Take some time to surround yourself and energy with positivity, and then make a move. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow. It's not trying to rush anything. And meanwhile, we have these two cards. This card, when it's surrounded by positive cards, it's positive. It can create a positive result. But when it's surrounded by negative things, or things that say, you need to relax for a minute, you have to wait, or at least, move back into a positive space. Don't rush things. Don't force it. Then, or you'll have danger. Someone will get hurt. Something will get cut. Someone will lash out. Then you have to heed that. So that's what I see for my group number 3. Lastly, for group number 4, what I see is Spiritual Law of Attraction. 32, the Moon card, such a gorgeous card, and the King of Wands and 4 of Cups. Right away, I need to focus on these two. Yes, of course, Law of Attraction. Yes, okay, yes. But the thing I need to talk about, the thing I need you guys to hear, my group number 4s, is this is, let me take a moment to think about how I want to say it before I say it. The King of Wands, and even though this is masculine, this doesn't always represent a masculine person or like a male. This could be a female, this could be a male, this could be whoever, however you identify. But what I'm working with right now is energy. Wow, there's like a lot coming through here with you guys. So what I'm seeing is a person, a need, a desire, to focus on your passion, focus on your vision, focus on manifestation, focus on being bold, focus on being assertive, focus on being dominant. Own what it is that you want. Own what it is that you are trying to bring into your life. When you are working with laws of attraction, when you're working with magic, when you're working with intention, it's not just words. It's feeling. It's that strong feeling within you that comes from your gut. It's like fire in your gut that tells you this is for you. Act on this. Boldly and strongly assert it. Put it out there. The moon card within the Lenormand is all about fantasy and visualization. The King of Wands not only is able to visualize, but he's able to feel. And because he's able to feel, he's able to channel that energy. He's able to manipulate. He's able to work it, not only because of his emotion and because he knows that he deserves it, but because his force alone is enough to bring into his life everything that it is that he wants. The first thing that jumps out to me is this lightning bolt. That's fire. That's fire, that's electricity. That's moving through the environment. Then you have this little angel taking this like little leap of faith, and this guy who's working his passion, working his energy that comes from his gut, from his heart, from his vibe, in order to manifest. And the King of Wands is all about energy. It's the movement of energy, and it's about manipulating, because in a positive sense, because if there's one thing that works to make this person powerful, it's their ability to use their passion to persuade the masses. He's the one who is fearless. He fears nothing. Now I'm saying he, but this could be, this is you as a female, this is you as a male. And what I'm talking about is energy as a whole, but this is all about being assertive, being dominant, and knowing what it is that you want, channeling that fire energy, visualizing it. To some people, he's so out of touch with reality. But when he was younger, people thought that he was out of touch with reality. They thought he was excitable. For what? Why are you so excited? These things that you visualize, these things that you envision, this imagination that you have, these thoughts, they're impossible, right? But he knows if he wants it, he can have it. This is fire energy. This stops at no cost. And he's able to channel this energy. He's able to channel his passion in order to manifest. And not only that, but he, at this point in his life, has used this power, this passion, in order to not only work his magic and to create change for himself, positive change, but also to be a leader for others. That's how powerful this card is. That's how powerful this person is. That's how powerful you are. And with the moon card within the Lenormand deck, because this is not the tarot, this is the Lenormand, this is totally different than the tarot. This is about working with your vision, your imagination, your dreams. And it's like, listen to those dreams, listen to that passion. If it makes you, if you get excited, if you light up at talking about these things like I do, talking about astrology and tarot and working with my intuition, empowering my clients, then you're onto something. Channel that, whatever that is. Let's say it's a hot date. Let's say it's travel. Let's say it's education. Let's say, it's a career. Whatever the obstacles are, they don't exist. They literally do not exist. They do exist, but because this person is so passionate, because this person is so forceful, they're nothing. The obstacles mean nothing because the vision is greater. And the passion is greater than the obstacles and anything that would try to block that. The law of attraction is working on visualization and stating it and knowing that it is that you deserve it. And because you know it and because you state it, because you affirm it, it happens. Now, I know for my group, my number 4s, you're like, okay, Jess, but you're ignoring the 4 of Cups. Well, the 4 of Cups says, look, there's some areas of your life that don't serve you. You know this because you're not excited anymore. You're not happy about them. You're not loving where you're at. You don't feel good where you're at. You feel bored. You feel restless. You feel lethargic. It feels outdated. It feels like lifeless. There's a reason why. If it's something that you love, give it vitality. Speak life into it. Imagine, romance it. Give it energy. Give it love. Give it spirit. Give it passion. Give it fire. Now, if it's something that, and that's the other thing too, the King of Wands, this guy is so misunderstood. This card is misunderstood because people are like, he's so excitable, he's so passionate that he doesn't stay committed to things. That's a lie. The King of Wands does stay committed to things. He actually is a very committed person when he's strong. Usually he's committed, but he's also excitable. He's a leader, and he has to always be working on something. He always has to be you know, channeling things. He always has to be doing something. He's always out and about. He's in the field. He's jumping. He's, you know, sporting around. He's having fun. And with this Four of Cups, it says, look, the areas of your life that are just so stagnant, they either have to go, and you now have a chance to work on your vision, to work on your dream, to give them life again. If you've been in a space that's been stagnant and dead, this is the time to give it romance, to give it love, to give it life, to give it, you know, your dream, your vision. Don't hold yourself back. The King of Wands does not say, you know, oh, okay, that'll do. No, the King of Wands says, I want passion. I want fire. I want attraction. I want fun. And I won't settle for anything less than that. This is fire. So it's very aggressive. It's very forward. It's very bold. You have fire merging with imagination, merging with vision, merging with fantasy and romance and love and idealistic. What is the vision? What is the ultimate vision? If there's one person that can achieve it, it's the King of Wands. All right? So that's what I see for you guys. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. That's what I see, at least for this round of readings, for messages that come through. Hopefully they apply to you. Some of you guys picked more than one, which is awesome. If you love this video, if you'd like to see more, then there's plenty more where that came from. Give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of these. I personally like doing them. They feel really good. If you need to book a reading with me, the links for that are down below. If you need intention oils or anything like that, which is what I'm using here in this case, then the links for that are in the shop. And until then, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.